Hi guys, ECAT here. I want to apologize. This is a re-upload, but modifications were added to this video to make it more clear regarding the names of the moves. And I want to thank Gabe Hearn and Blank Canvas Magic for pointing out that the corrections needed to be made in a very positive way. And this is what I love about our community here. So I want to thank you guys personally by sending you a deck of cards. So please get in touch with me and we'll make this happen. So for this video, let's go back to the basics and look at the grips that you need to know. This is the mechanics grip, and from the mechanics grip, you can shift your pinky to the short edge on the right of the deck, and your thumb will just move away because you don't need it anymore. So you're lifting the deck into a straddle grip where cards will not fall. From this position, you can do many one-handed cuts. With the support of the pinky, you can spread cards. And from the mechanics grip, you can deal cards. You can do this Sputnik fan of mine. You can do many things. It's really going to be your receiving positions for cards. Now, moving from that grip, we're going to look at the Biddle grip. The Biddle grip is as follows. You're holding everything with your right hand if you're right-handed. But the way I like to hold the Biddle grip is, in fact, with only 2 fingers, and I'm on the right edge, okay? So my right thumb is on the right edge, and my middle finger is on the right edge, allowing me to free my index finger and perform the swing cut, right? So swing cuts look like this. You're simply lifting with your index and moving the cards to the left, and everything is done at your fingertips. So you're using the skin of your fingertips to create enough friction and contact, and you're receiving with your left hand. I'll teach you some cool false cuts you can do and utilize for your magic with this cut. And then from the same Biddle position, you can go into a swivel cut, which is essentially going to be a pivoting move versus just a cut move like this. It's a pivot move, and you can help yourself if you want with the beginning of a swing cut. And for the pivot, you are using either your index finger, okay, see, pivoting cards, or you can use your thumb, and then instead of going from the thumb, you're gonna go from this side and simply use your thumb as the rotation point. And you can do a lot of neat cuts with just those grips. See, what's interesting here, also I'm giving you an idea, you're picking up from here, from the top of the deck, and then you can go back, contact the thumb, and pivot cards off your thumb. So you have a forward and back motion, which in itself is a really cool shuffle, and you are actually shuffling cards. So, and again, I like to help myself with the beginning of a swing cut when I start this move. And even here, I'm helping by splitting. So I'm using other fingers to split, because sometimes I feel like you're not 100% accurate, and it's a bit more messier when you don't help yourself with the beginning of a swing cut. We'll get back to the false cuts utilizing these. Well, first, your firm and mechanics grip, you're going to lift the deck without going into a straddle grip. You're going to lift the deck, and then you're going to cut and then cut again, okay? You're simply lifting up and then lifting up again. That's the Z grip, and then you can cut further packets, and that brings us to the Sybil cut that we'll take a look at tomorrow, all right? So you do have that going on. And you can also go into reverse Z grip, which would be, instead of opening forward with your index, you're going to utilize, here I wasn't using my pinky, but you're going to shift your pinky as in the straddle grip, and from the pinky you're going to cut and just open in a reverse way. So I'm still picking up cards, but I'm going towards myself instead of, you know, away from my body. So towards myself, and then I'm able to grip like this. That's the reverse Z grip. And with the reverse Z grip, this is an example of the cut that you could do. Very cool there as well. A little bit more complicated because we're less used to this versus this. All right, so you're going to have to be very quick at opening things up for the Sybil cut. Now, we looked at the straddle grip in your left hand from the mechanics grip position, but in your right hand, it's also very important for many, many moves. And this is what it looks like, okay? So these fingers are not really doing anything except making sure everything is square, and then most of the tension is here. Then you can go into either a fan or many other things. Now, for the Sybil cut, for instance, you're going to need to modify this grip a little bit and only use 3 fingers. Okay, still everything is held in place, and I feel a ton of tension in my fingers because my hands are not very big, although my fingers are pretty long. But this is a big tension point, and you're gonna have to get used to that tension point, that's all. And then we can take a look at corner grips, although I'm not going to teach you anything with corner grips right now, but corner grips are essentially gripping the packet with the corners, but I will also argue that biddle grip closest to the corners could also pivot the packet, and I'll show you what a false cut, what that would look like. But just examples of things you can do from the corners. It's really cool for these kind of moves, okay, like these moves or mockingbird style moves. Okay, this like is based on a lot of corner cuts or corner grips rather. Cool. So you have a few examples of moves you could do. Let me get into 2 false cuts that I utilized today that's helping my magic. Let me find the Queen of Diamonds, which is myself essentially, in this Mirage Playing Cards deck. I'm going to place it on top so that it's our reference point. So the first one I'm going to teach you real quick here is you're in biddle grip. You're going to cut, swing cut, let the packet rest, let the packet slide down. You're lifting your hand up. From here, it's almost like you were in corner grip because you are able to pivot that card, that deck rather, packet, face up. I'm struggling with the names, guys, so I do apologize. Then you pick up everything again, cut, let it rest, slide, and you've done this move twice to get back into a face down position, and all the cards are still in the same order. And when done quickly, this just looks like you're just casually basically cutting cards. And what I like about this is really when you get comfortable, just make a little bit more of a throw action. And this looks really, really fair. Okay. The second one is a 3 packet cut, and it's false because you're going to keep track of the packets. So you're swinging 1/3, receiving with your left hand, another half here, and you have place for your ring and thumb to clip that packet, which ends up your top packet, right? So let me just turn it over so you can see that's your top. And then with your receiving hand in mechanics grip, you're going to take the middle packet and then top packet and then the real top packet, and that's it. What I like to do is finish up the move with a dribble. Okay, I think it looks more fair and breaks down the cut action, and I'm dribbling simply with my index finger here, curving the cards and letting go from the thumb first. Okay, it's a lot of tension. I'm not teaching you the dribble here, but you get the idea. So from my point of view here, cut, cut, clip, middle, top, and then dribble. That's it, and I hope this gives you a good base for 2-handed cuts for future tutorials. Make sure to comment below on what would you like to learn, or where do you want to receive more tips. Keep in mind, I want to teach you moves that are common moves and not moves like the Mockingbird, for instance. Okay, guys, thanks so much. I'll see you in my next video.